Hello, everybody. The terrorist supporter Mehdi Hasan, also known as the British Muslim who wants to be an American, has done a speech at the No Kings rally, of which, of course, is thinking that there's somehow a king in power, and we are so thankful, as Donald Trump has so thankfully put in this meme tweet he made. He had been aware that there was a king trying to take over his presidency, and he's so thankful that these people have stopped it. Anyway, Mehdi Hasan has made some comments, and we are going to be reacting to all 9 minutes of it. And by reacting, I mean I'm going to be breaking it down into layman's terms for all the people not initiated. Okay, I can turn off my God voice now. Hope that fixes that for you guys. Let's actually listen to this, okay? Let's hear this out. The man speaks, and we will let them speak. They deserve a chance to ruin their own lives. This is Mehdi Hasan.
I am everything Donald Trump loves.
Okay, that's sarcasm.
I am the Trump trifecta. I'm also a bit of a socialist.
Okay, self-admitted socialist. A self-admitted socialist is actually what we call a communist. This guy is a communist. The reason why he doesn't say he's a communist is because legally we have the right to kick people out of the country who are communists. Because that's something we can do. Non-naturalized born citizen here, like if you're not born into citizenship, we have the right to kick you out if you're a communist. This guy calls himself a socialist because it's a very thin line, but it protects him from being deported from being a communist.
But shh! Don't tell Stephen Miller, he alarms quite quickly. Can I just say, it is so heartwarming to see so many of you out here in DC today. DC, make some noise!
Yes, DC is a liberal cesspool. It's not surprising that a lot of people think this way in DC.
We need to make sure today that they hear us in the White House and in the Capitol.
Well, this white boy hears you, so we're going to listen to you, you Muslim person.
All week, I've heard Speaker Mike Johnson and Republican members of Congress say that this rally, the No Kings rally, is a hate rally.
Well, it's interesting because, well, we don't know what you're doing. Hey, look, we're even wearing the same sweater. Wait, no, he is representing some kind of awful news branch. I am representing God. Hey, check it out, check it out. I got the cross. I got the cross. This guy's weakness, he's weak to the cross. He would burn if he touched me.
A hate rally. The people who can't get through a single day without hating.
Okay. What do Republicans hate? Let's see.
On late night comedians.
Late night comedians. We don't hate them. We just think they're over pretentious, overpaid, and they waste billions of dollars for their networks. And also, you know, maybe they shouldn't have a job because they waste so much money for their networks, and they're probably just a branch that's like meant to spread propaganda.
And overweight soldiers.
Overweight soldiers are not soldiers. They're suckling at the government teat. You should have to pass a physical requirements test to join the military. If you can't pass that physical test, which no overweight person can, I'm like slightly overweight, and I can't do it. I can't run like 7 miles an hour for a full mile. I can't do it. And they require you to. You can't do it as an overweight person. This requires the peak of physical fitness. So yeah, okay. We don't want overweight, obese soldiers.
And Muslim politicians.
Muslim politicians practice Sharia law even when it's illegal to practice Sharia law. We've seen governors kick preachers out of their their homes, out of their states, out of their cities, saying, you're not welcome here. To be clear, they didn't actually kick him out. But a mayor should never go up to a man because of his Christian identity and say, you're not welcome here. Just so we're clear, these Muslim people that are running for governor, mayor, all these other things, even like House, Senate, these people are in these high positions of power. They don't care for America. They want to see the West burn. And the easiest way to tell is ask them what their priorities are. And they usually say bringing over more Muslims, allowing for more Sharia-like law, saying that pedophilia is okay because their book says so. These are anti-West ideologies. Not to mention that they support what Gaza did on October 7th. They support putting Jewish babies in furnaces and ovens, watching as the man and woman whose tit and eyeball you have scooped off their body and made to torture while they were stuck next to each other so they felt the whips at the same time, so they knew that each other were both feeling hurt at the same way. They support these people who are doing this and then cry when the targeted strikes that kill like 70% the men who are doing this. They cry whenever that happens. Okay, so okay, listen to me. These Muslims are not your friends. They're a problem. The founding fathers found this out pretty harshly, where they sent boats through this little strip of water, and the Muslims would attack it, and they would say, "What are you doing? What are you doing? We weren't a part of the Crusades. We're a whole new nation. We don't support that. Like, we have no beef with you guys. Leave us alone." And then the Muslims would respond and say, "Hey, we don't care. Our book gives us the right to attack you. Period." And ever since then, Muslims have been at war with the West. Okay? Let's get this straight. Muslims are not your friend. They're here to take over your country.
And Mexican immigrants and
illegal immigrants who are not even mostly Mexican, in my opinion. Maybe a lot of them are, okay? But quite a few of them are from other countries coming into Mexico to illegally cross into the United States. The Mexican ones are just as bad. Don't get me wrong. They're literally pouring drugs through the border. They're sex trafficking children and not children as well. Don't get me wrong. They are sex trafficking children. ICE is doing a very good job at stopping that. But also just adults. And that's bad too. And then they get mad whenever we bomb people who are carrying tons of fentanyl. Like bagfuls of fentanyl. When less than a teaspoon, less than what you could fit on a toothpick, could kill an individual. They get mad when we kill them for bringing in this deadly drug, which they spike other drugs with, to kill people. Look up how many people die a year because of fentanyl overdose. Look up how many people die a year because of drug overdose. Most of these drugs aren't being made here. Where do you think they're being made?
Palestinian refugees.
Palestinian refugees don't exist. They're not real.
And black women. And
Okay, yeah. I mean, some of them are pretty annoying. Well, we don't hate them. We just wish that they would, stop yelling all the time.
transgender kids.
Transgender kids aren't real. You're a pedophile if you think they are. You're someone who should be locked up and not around children.
And peaceful protesters.
Like Antifa, who is currently trying to barge through a government facility in the ICE raids.
And Mr. Freaking Potato Head, they
Who's Mr. Potato Head?
are lecturing us?
Like the potato head that you can remove parts and put them back on? What's wrong with him? He's just a potato.
On hate?
Yes, we are, because you killed the guy who, you killed him. You killed Charlie Kirk, the guy who just wanted to talk, and you said he was hateful. One of the most well-known things that you say was hateful for is saying that the Civil Rights Act was a bad amendment to, the Constitution. It was a bad act. And then you just end it there. And you say that's hateful to say. And then, we look into it. And what he actually said was, people are using the wording from the Civil Rights Act that is a bad law, factually. That is a bad law because people are using the wording to get away with putting men in women's sports, which Democrats overwhelmingly supported giving women their own branches of sports. But Democrats are so far left now that they think, oh, well, we should just let men murder women. We should just let them do it. When that volleyball player had her face smashed in because a man hit the volleyball into her face and almost cracked her skull open, knocked her out cold onto the floor, the Democrats said, well, she wasn't good enough. She was just too weak. She should have been better. No, men have a biological advantage, and if you put insane men on the field with women, women might die. Women will die. Not to mention the fact that it's just unfair.
Really?
Really?
This strange story happened to me a long time ago. Our aircraft carrier.
I'm not here out of hate.
Okay, Don News, can you just, keep your camera fucking steady?
I'm here.
Okay, this guy, by the way, supports the Intifada, which basically means to kill all Jews. He's also Muslim, which the Muslim text says to kill Christians and Jews like monkeys and dogs. He believes in murdering people who disagree with him. He believes in Sharia law, which are chopping off hands for people who have stolen, stoning people for being gay, throwing them off rooftops. He believes in this stuff. So when he says, I'm not here out of hate, what he really means is, I actually love you when I'm killing you and then raping your baby.
Out of love.
Yes, love, like raping your baby. Because I have the right to, because you're a foreign nation.
I'm here because I love this country.
Yeah, what? What aspects of this country do you love and why? Because if you love the freedom of speech or the freedom to vote or all these other freedoms because you want to destroy the country, you don't love the country. You just want to take it over.
I love America.
Do you, though?
I love the First Amendment.
Of course you do, because you love to spread propaganda to try to take over the government and then destroy it from the inside out.
I love our democracy.
Right, the voting power thing. He's just walking straight into it.
I love our diversity.
Right, he wants to invade to become the diversity which he so loves. So then he can make it less diverse and then become Sharia law.
Yes, our diversity.
Yeah, that.
And I am not willing to sit back and watch our glorious American multiracial, multicultural, democratic experiment, our constitutional republic, destroyed.
He called it a republic. Finally. Okay, so you realize there are these things enshrined in the law that can't be changed. Oh, no. No, he doesn't. He doesn't realize that. He tried to take away guns before. He thought that he could get away with that.
By the guy from Home Alone 2.
By the guy from Home Alone 2. Donald Trump is the guy from Home Alone 2. Not the guy with a billionaire's tower or anything. No, he's just a guy from Home Alone 2. Having a history of acting makes you the guy who was in that movie.
Not going to do it. Because I did not inherit America.
He didn't inherit shit. He doesn't belong here. He's a communist. We legally have the right to enforce him to leave.
I did not inherit America.
He moved here, yeah, to destroy it from the inside.
Chose America. I wasn't born here. I immigrated here.
So he can destroy it.
And we immigrants, we love this country often
Oh, yeah?
more than the people who are born here. Because we chose to move here.
Is that so? So you love this country so much. What do you love about it? Is it the Founding Fathers? Do you love the Founding Fathers? Do you love Christ? Do you love the principles of which the nation is founded on? Or do you just like the fact that this is a really easy way for you to spread your propaganda, take over the country, and make it fall from the inside? Because that's what it seems like to me.
Live here. Swear an oath to the Constitution here. An oath that the guy down the street violates every morning and every night.
Who's the guy down the street? Oh, right. He's at the No Kings rally. So he's talking about Donald Trump. How does he violate the United States Constitution? How does he violate the oath that you have to give to say that you put America first? Were you putting America first when you were talking about how special Gaza was and that it's how awful that we don't support Gaza? Because, you know, it doesn't seem that way to me. Seems like you support enemies of the United States of America who claim to want the death of America to me, because that's what the Gazans want. They want the West to fall. Especially Hamas, which you support.
The great irony is, of course, that Donald Trump is the son of an immigrant, the grandson of an immigrant, and married to an immigrant.
And yet you still call him hateful. Yet you still say that immigrants love this country more. And you don't see the irony in this.
In fact, 2 of his 3 wives were immigrants.
Crazy, isn't it?
Proving yet again that immigrants will do the jobs that even Americans are not willing to do.
Plenty of Americans would have wanted to marry Donald Trump. You are insane if you think that's not true. He was a millionaire. If not billionaire. Women will date you if you're a billionaire. Just so you're aware. Let alone if you're a billionaire who's had his own TV show. Women were lining up for Donald Trump. I know plenty of 60-year-old women who idolize this man and voted for him just because he was on The Apprentice, okay? Like in 2016. That's the reason why they voted for him. By the way, I don't think that's a good reason to vote for a candidate. I do, however, believe that it is kind of what you should expect from women voting. It's just like, I'm familiar with this guy. I like this guy. I'm going to vote for that guy.
I immigrated here
To cause issues within our system.
from the United Kingdom.
Where did you come from before that?
You want to talk about no kings? The UK still has a king.
Yeah, he does, actually, because the Queen just died.
King Charles III. But even he has less gold in his palace than Donald Trump has in the Oval Office right now.
That's because Britain's poor.
Even King Charles has more respect for democratic norms and traditions than the whiny authoritarian man-child trying to send troops into as many...
What? Are you saying because he has less gold? Or because he's sending troops into the parts of the nation who have lost control over the people that live there?
Many blue cities as he can.
Yeah, the blue cities. Why were we sending troops into blue cities? Is it anything to do with, the last time he was president and something happened, like the cities burned? Is that why?
This is a president who says he wants to be a dictator, but only for a day. Well, we are now 200...
Yeah, because you guys have literally been a dictator for 4 years, and you didn't even tell us who the president was. Who was president when Joe Biden was? Supposedly. What's going on there?
71 days into his wannabe dictatorship. He just went to see the Egyptian President Sisi, who is a military dictator, runs one of the most repressive regimes on earth.
Okay, the president went to go see a powerful leader in Egypt while he's dealing with the Gaza ceasefire. Just so you're aware, Gaza is surrounded by two nations, majorly, Egypt and Israel. So if you're trying to commit to a ceasefire in Gaza, the two most important people to talk to, since Hamas is terrorists and they won't listen to you no matter what you say, and they'll kill you if you walk in there, the most important people to talk to are Egypt and Israel. He's already talked to Israel plenty of times. He's finally talked to Egypt. And he's worked out a deal. He's also worked with Iran and some other countries. Like, massive Middle Eastern deal. One that, you know, your people could never come up with. And now you're going to judge him for how he came up with it. Because this is your one topic that you cared about. And now you lost it. So now you have to find a way to come back up with it. How do you make sure that this is a bad thing? That he made peace in Gaza?
And he went there and he said, I want to praise your fantastic leadership and your low crime rates.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta talk to him. You gotta make some kind of nicety. You can't just go in there and say, you're a dictator, and then expect them to do what you want.
This is who he loves. This is the autocratic leader he aspires to be. And
he didn't say he aspires to be that. Maybe he does want a lower crime rate. I do too. But when you have a melting pot such as our own, it's really hard to figure out all the different little circumstances that could cause major crime. We could look at who's doing the crime, why they're doing the crime, what statistically makes them not want to do the crime, and then do that. We could do that. But you would call that dictatorship because people are going to prison for committing crime.
Of course, he was in Egypt hailing his Gaza peace plan, which is...
Wow! Look at that. He was in the nation that borders Gaza to make sure his Gaza plan is going to continue working.
The ceasefire, yes, but not a peace plan.
Wow! A ceasefire that is planning for peace by definition, right? So, you're not firing anymore. So then you can make a peace. Make peace. It's the peace plan. What's the difference?
Donald Trump, the man who uses Palestinian as a pejorative, as a slur.
It is. It is a slur. If you're a Palestinian, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Your people have been voting in murderers and terrorists ever since you were founded as a nation.
Has no plan.
Stop! I don't want ads. YouTube, you
For
suck.
Palestinian freedom. No plan for Palestinian statehood. No plan for justice for the Palestinians who have been massacred and starved and genocided and ethnic...
Okay, have they been murdered, starved, and genocided? Let's go over that one by one. Murdered? No, they haven't been murdered. They've been casualties of war that they started. And by the way, great statistics on that. Amazing statistics. Israel's done a very good job at making sure they've only killed, military-age men. Of course, there was a couple of civilians who died. That's a fact of war. You're never going to have a war with no civilian deaths. It just doesn't happen. Starved? They literally have obese people in Gaza still who are pounding boom, boom, boom. Look at all this food we have. Ha! We really tricked you. And what was the other one? It was... murdered and genocided. That's just murdered on a bigger level. I'm no. What was an attempted genocide was October 7th, when they crossed over the border during a music festival, and like there was this whole big map. There's like an October 7th map. You can actually look this up. October 7th map, mapping the massacres. So you can actually see what happened here if you go to this website, oct7map.com. Really easy October 7th map. You can actually see all the places where they got into. Look, they got into the center. Like, this is the edge. They got all the way over here. See, this is where Gaza is. And they got all the way down here. All the way down here. Gaza got up here, all over here, way over here, way over here, way down here. And they killed everyone they could. They chopped people up. And then they let them watch as their babies were put in ovens, and the ovens were turned on. So the last thing they could see was their babies being cooked in ovens. They raped women. They beheaded dogs. They did everything they could to make sure this was the most tragic thing they could do. You feel bad for these people? You feel bad for these people? Because they were retaliated against for 2 years, and they still didn't let go of the prisoners, and they still killed their prisoners, and they still raped their prisoners, and they didn't return a single live female? You feel bad? Really? I don't care if they were genocidal at that point. You don't deserve that. Israel didn't deserve that. I don't care what Israel has done. The Israeli people did not deserve that. Don't care what happens to you anymore at that point. You lost your humanity.
Cleansed for the past 2 years, including the past 9 months of his presidency?
War started under Joe Biden. And some of it was under Trump. I don't care.
Meanwhile, Israel for the past week has violated the ceasefire again and again, killing Palestinians with...
Okay, they killed a couple of Palestinians while they were leaving because the Palestinians were attacking them as they were leaving. So, you know, you could say that the attempted killing of Israeli soldiers as they were retreating would be a ceasefire, just like breaking of the ceasefire. You could say that. But no, you don't want to say that. Then there were some that tried to cross the border into Israel, which October 7th was a great example of what happens whenever Gazans cross the border to Israel. And they were promptly shot and killed for trying to cross the border, which is, by the way, what we should be doing. If you cross the border illegally, like, guns. Guns on the border, please. Thank you.
Impunity. Yesterday they killed 7 Palestinian children.
How old were these children? How old were the children who carried bombs on their chests and exploded? How old are the children who have RPGs walking around? How old are the children making promises to end America, to end the West, to commit intifada, which means to murder as many Jews as they possibly can and hope to eradicate them from the earth? Are we just supposed to let children kill us? It's awful, and I hate it. I hate it that these children are being made to serve in war. But Gazan use children as minesweepers, okay? They have children walk in a line because they're not good soldiers. They make the children walk in a line in front of the soldiers, so then if there's mines, the children will blow up and not the good soldiers. I don't want to hear it.
During a ceasefire. There is no peace in the Middle East because...
Okay, so notice how he totally skips over the fact that Gaza has been holding public executions. And by Gaza, I mean Hamas. Hamas has been holding public executions despite a part of the ceasefire mentioning Hamas should not even exist. It should be gone out of leadership. And no more killing. You can't kill your own people. Stop it. So they released the hostages, and they gave the dead bodies back. And then they say, oh, well, they gave back emaciated bodies. Israel's been giving back emaciated bodies. Do you know why these bodies might have been emaciated? You know why? You know why they might be unidentified? Because they blew up. These people bring bombs into Israel, explode, kill tons of people, and then they're mad that whenever their bodies are recovered, they're emaciated. Like, yeah, you had a bomb vest on. You're gonna get emaciated.
Dr. King said, peace is not just the absence of violence, it is the presence of justice.
I would say justice was served very lightly on the Gazan people.
So these are dark times. Genocide abroad, fascism at...
Yeah, Nigeria. Nigeria is a horrible, horrible... Oh, wait, he's not talking about that. Oh, South Africa. Oh, it was horrible, the genocide. Oh, wait, he's not talking about that. Oh, fascism. Democrat? No, he doesn't think that. Okay.
Home. Which is why it's so crucial that we gather, we organize, we rally like this. We mobilize, we pluralize, we bring people into the tent. We register voters, we defend voters, we become voters if we're not already. And you know, they say we don't reach out to the other side. We don't reach
You reached out with a bullet. You killed Charlie Kirk.
out to conservatives or Republicans. That we're in an echo chamber.
You are. You are in an echo chamber. The fact that you could spew all that bullshit and actually expect people to believe you, that's a pretty good sign that you're in an echo chamber.
Well, let me say to every Republican and conservative watching.
Oh, hi.
Aren't you the ones who said no more big government? No tyranny in America?
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys kind of ruined that whenever you became a big government and you forced us to accept healthcare that sucks. Obamacare is like the worst healthcare out there. You stopped everything from working. You've basically ruined all the systems that we had set up, and now you expect government to get even bigger. And we're like, you know, I'm actually kind of okay with the government shutdown. Unfortunately, a lot of people are suffering because of this. I don't rely on the government at all, personally. I'm very poor, but I refuse to rely on the government. It could help me out a lot if I did, I'm sure. But I'm a straight white man, and I refuse to rely on the government. I want to rely on myself. And, you know, I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to watch as that actually pays off during the government shutdown. So, like, for once in my life, you know, it's actually kind of nice knowing that I don't suckle at the government's teat.
So, if you believe that, what are you doing defending masked federal agents in
Okay, the masks are because you guys kill people and you track their addresses to their homes and you attack them. Even the Democrats who were attacked are attacked by other Democrats. The Democrats are killing people in their homes. We really don't want that for the ICE agents.
marked cars, bundling people off of the streets, including American...
Bundling people off the streets, including Americans. Okay, so what Americans are getting bundled off the streets? Is it the ones who are pushing and shoving officers of the law, which is illegal, and then they're being taken to jail and questioned? Is it those people?
citizens and disappearing them.
Disappearing them. Oh, the people who are getting disappeared are people who are being sent out of the country because they're not United States citizens, just so we're clear. You're an idiot.
How are you okay with that?
Well, I'm okay with that because it's the law. You see, this has been the law since we've had laws. People who are not documented United States citizens, also known as illegal immigrants, aren't supposed to be here. And they should be gone. So we should get rid of them. Honestly, I think we're being too nice about it. And I think the fact that you guys have any problem with that just shows that you have a problem with America. You hate America.
And if you're not okay with it, then come over to our side.
Come over to the side who kills people. Please. We need more people. Because a lot of people are leaving the left right now. Because they see what we're doing. They see that we're terrorists. And they don't want a part of it.
The side of the Democrats.
The terrorists.
The small d Democrats, not the big
The pedophiles. Because they want to see your small d.
d Democrats, not the Democratic Party. Those of us who are from all parties and none.
Those of us who are from all parties, except for the Conservative Party. You know, I'm starting to think there's not a whole lot to conserve about America anymore. We need to rebuild. You know, I miss the 1950s where everybody had Sunday off. Sunday was a day for the God. I think that was a really good idea. I think that we should really establish churches again and bring people together. We're so lost as a country. We don't have any similarities with other Americans. Americans are united by nothing. It's awful.
But those of us who care about saving America so that we can get to our 250th birthday and...
Yeah, those of us who care about saving America, including the people who are electing Muslim mayors and governors and senators who absolutely care nothing about America and actually want to see the downfall of the West very clearly. Ones that are inventing communist systems so then they can crash the United States economy. Ones that want to give healthcare to illegal immigrants so then they can crash the economy and be $2 trillion in debt every single year. Ones that want to, destroy the West. That's what they want.
Still be free when we reach 250 years.
Still be free to wear a burqa and rape children. That's what they want. To be clear, 9-year-olds. They want to marry 6-year-olds, but they want to legally have intercourse with a 9-year-old. Probably younger than that, realistically, but, yeah.
Come over to our side. The side
No.
of no crowns. No
We don't have crowns.
thrones.
We don't have a throne.
No kings.
He's a president.
The side of freedom. Of
Freedom to do what? Disagree with you? Not really.
liberty. Of the
Liberty to chop off your children's balls and try to convince them they're women. Or fill their vagina with flesh and say that they have a dick. Liberty to, break the law.
Constitution.
Right. What was that last?
The side of freedom. Of liberty. Of the Constitution.
You're the side of the Constitution? That's so funny, I forgot to laugh. What the hell do you mean you're the side of the Constitution? Please explain that to me.
The First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 22nd Amendment, which...
You are picking so many random amendments, sir. I wonder which ones you just skipped over. I wonder if those are important.
says 2 terms means 2 terms.
2 terms does mean 2 terms. I don't know anyone who's actually intelligent who actually supports Donald Trump getting a 3rd term. However, Obama did get 4 terms because he was probably president during Biden's presidency.
And if you're not worried about Donald Trump trying to stay on for a 3rd term, you should be.
Oh, well, I'm glad the terrorist decides to tell me that.
He's literally selling merch.
He's selling merch. And he's also putting sombreros on people. Ah!
So I worry about free and fair elections.
You worry about free and fair elections after you stole the second last one.
In 2028. But then I say, why should I worry? I see all of you here today.
Oh, why should I worry? I'm actually not worried. Because we steal the elections. Yeah, it's what we do.
What is there to worry about? We here today are not spectators. We are citizens. We are not bystanders. We are proud and patriotic Americans.
None of you are patriotic, let's be clear. You guys don't wave the American flag and wear red, white, and blue to your rallies for a reason. Because if you did, you'd be mistaken for a conservative and attacked. Right?
And we Americans, we the people, will not allow our country to be taken over by demagogues and dictators.
You don't even know what those words mean. And you're a reporter. You should know what those words mean.
We will not stand for it.
Well, you better sit down. Because Trump is still in office, baby.
So let me ask you this.
Shalom. Shalom, me ask you this.
Let's play with Foxfire.
I'm about to play with the skip button.
I need to hear you. Are you willing?
Probably
Are you
not.
willing? Answer this. Are you willing to sit back and let Trump shred our freedoms?
Actually, yes. Your freedom specifically. You need to be kicked out of the country because you're a communist.
I can't hear you, DC. They need to hear you in the White House. Are you willing to let Trump shred our freedoms?
Yes, get kicked out of the country because you're a communist. Please.
Are you willing to sit back and bend the knee to fascists and white supremacists?
Well, I mean, not fascists.
Are you willing
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
to be the Americans on whose watch democracy died? Good.
Oh, we already are, dude. You forgot Joe Biden existed.
Because people power is our last line of defense.
People power. What about horsepower? Wasn't horsepower like outranked in people power? Then we came up with the steam engine. Then we came up with gas. Okay, I know what he means. But he's a fascist and a Nazi. Yeah, that's what he is. Because he supports the murder of Jews. And also the stealing of guns. And also, like, pedophilia. And all these bad things. I'm going to go ahead and call this guy a Nazi. Yep, you're a Nazi, sir.
Remember this. Donald Trump has never, ever, not in 3 elections, won a majority of the vote.
He just did. The last election, he won the majority of votes.
Never.
Literally the last one.
And I'll say this to you.
He never won the majority of votes. He won the last majority.
I'll say this to you.
The
Here's the math that they are scared of. There are more of us than there are of them.
No, there's not. To be clear, there are more guns in America than people. Republicans own guns. Republicans own so many guns that they have more than there are people in the United States. Democrats very rarely have guns. They may have gun. They do not have guns. Republicans give more to charity. Individually. And also, overall. I'm going to go ahead and say this in a way that you can understand. Even if there are more of you, we're better. Even if there are more of you, we show up more. Even if there are more of you, Democrats, we are the people of God. If you go to an Episcopalian church and they show you that it's okay to suck cock underneath the steeple, they are not a people of God. If you go to these places that have gay pride flags and they strip in front of children to the point where children can see their naked form, And they have drag queen story hours. And they rape children. And they rape women. And they kill women. And they kill men. And they rob stores. And they loot. And they riot. And they set fire to buildings. And then you look at the conservatives who don't do any of that. Well, I know who I want to be voting.
We are the majority. Say it with...
You are the pedophiles. There are pedophiles on both sides. Let me be clear. You can pull up 20 stories of Republican pedophiles. Okay? However, you can't find a Democrat that's like a major Democrat saying pedophilia is bad unless it's a Republican doing it. If it's a Democrat committing pedophilia, you will never see a Democrat denounce them.
We are the majority. They're not loud enough.
You are the pedophile. You get a pedophile. And you get a pedophile.
Ladies, come on. Louder. We are the majority.
I really don't think so. I really do think a majority of Americans just want to be left alone. And you guys will not stop rioting. Stop. And then you say, oh, well, people weren't dying when we got what we wanted. As if that makes it better.
Yes, we are. And we have no...
You're such a fucking loser, dude.
Intention of losing our country, our...
Oh, you already have. I mean, you left Qatar or wherever the fuck you're from.
Democracy, our freedoms, to that twice impeached convicted criminal and his gang.
They literally, impeached means nothing anymore. Impeached now means that they tried to get him out of office. It doesn't even mean they succeeded.
Of grifters, no way. We will out-organize them. We will outvote them. We will outlast them. Because when I see you all out here today, in your thousands, in millions across the country, I have hope. I have faith. That
to be clear, he's a Muslim.
America can defeat this fascist threat.
He is the fascist threat. Muslims are the fascist threat.
This authoritarian mania.
He is an authoritarian. Muslims are authoritarian.
This MAGA cult and...
He is a cult. Muslims are a cult.
Save our freedoms. And I also have faith and hope that one day...
He has faith and hope that he can rape children in peace. Because that's what the Quran tells him he'll be able to do.
Soon, the Palestinians will be free.
You literally can't go a second without saying it. The Palestinians rape children. They kidnap women from other countries and rape them until they die. That's the guy he hopes are free.
Thank you very much for your time. God bless you all.
Which God?
Ladies and gentlemen.
And hope.
That was a speech by the Mehdi Hasan. Oh, well, he would really rally up people if he actually knew anything. Amazing speech, says Somali 1971. Oh, I wonder what Somalia believes in. Right, Somali, the Somalians actually just passed a law which they're really upset about. Do you guys know about this law? They say it's actually going to become illegal to rape children now. Because it has been legal that these 74-year-old men are married to their 6-year-old daughters and their 6-year-old nieces and nephews. And now it's going to be illegal for them to marry children. So this guy, Somali 1971, he might just be getting into American politics just now. Especially since this is literally Dawn News English. Who the hell comments on Dawn News English? A Somalian, apparently. So he's commenting on here because he's just getting into politics because he realized his wives are at stake. His 9-year-old wives. Anyway, That's been a comment on Mehdi Hasan, the terrorist sympathizer. I have to be careful with what I say, because all one of my viewers might cancel me for that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one, and you guys have a blessed day.